mentality, take it to the hoop, not shoot the three real quick, and then the opposing team, they're going to shoot the three. But go ahead.
That's what that group will be trying to do. You talk about taking it to the hoop. You flip over on the other side. It's Johnson, Sykes, Averett, Bowers, and White. What will they be looking to do?
They just play modern-day basketball. They shoot the three. So you got two philosophies. The philosophies work because they got them here. Now today we'll find out which one's going to win today.
Those are our starting lineup brought to you by Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a car wreck, call the heavy hitters. Tatum and Atkinson. There's a look at Coach Lloyd. He played at Western, knows the drill, knows what it means to the community. Also coached in the college ranks, so a great deal of experience on the resume that he brings to the table.
Which is going to show up. If he coached on the college ranks, it's going to show up in the game, in the game preparation, how the kids play. It's going to show.
Well, he certainly has done quite a job leading his team here. There you see the head man for Stuart, Cramer. Coach Pullum has led his team here for the very first time. First trip, we always ask the question, how are you going to handle the environment? We'll see what his Storm will be able to do. They're hoping to create the storm, not be wrapped up in it, right? As they roll into this one today.
Yeah, the moment of this game is right now. In the first, see how long they are in the moment, which is not a good moment. You don't want to be in it. You want to be out of the moment, which is you're nervous.
Stuart, Cramer, Storm, Western Alamance Warriors. Ready for basketball. Here we are underway. First possession. And it is a Storm to get things started. How about that? Stuart Cramer, a quick bucket off the hands of Hadley Womack.
Yeah, that was I don't know why they defended that the wrong way. Girl wasn't behind him.
Talk about using the tip to your advantage.
Yeah.
Quick bucket and a 2-0 lead. Here's the initial possession. Emma Johnson into the hands of Sykes. Here's your player to watch. Sykes, who's headed to Lenore Ryan. She will play at the next level in state as a Lenore Ryan product. This is on the baseline. There's Bowers all the way across to Emma Johnson. Too strong. Holland, the other player to watch, cleans the boards and brings it to the other end of the floor. This is the 2. And it goes down, rattled home by Oshana Holland. Let us introduce you to Coach's player to watch. It's 4-0. Trying to cut it to 1 on the other end. The rebound is there by Averett. And the possession is preserved. Quick first minute start. A 4-0 run to begin things for the Storm. Made that comment. They want to create the Storm, not be wrapped up in it. So far, so good to that end for the first timers here. Whistle as it goes down the left side of the lane. Emma Johnson draws the contact.
Very patient on offense. And when you're patient on offense, one thing you have to worry about, you're passing the ball a lot. You don't want to turn it over. So patience is good. You don't want to, as you're being patient, you want to turn it over.
First whistle on Hadley Womack. I don't know if you caught it there, but Sykes, or check that, Emma Johnson went behind the back as she was working her way toward the hoop. So it's already on display. And she knocks down the first of what will be a couple South College free throws. South College, where dreams find direction, sponsors of our free throws in this first quarter. She's already showing some real skills.
Yeah.
And she shows how smooth she is from the charity stripe. Knocks them both down, needing nothing but the twine. Up the floor with it. Holland inside, laid off the glass beautifully. Lauren Humphrey, she's a sophomore. That was a good feed from the junior Holland, and the sophomores on the score sheet.
I can see early on. I can see why Holland leads the league in 4 categories.
Yeah, plenty of weapons to bring to the table. Bowers gives it up to Averett. Down the lane it goes. It's lost out, and it'll belong to the Storm. Well, your first impression of these two, Coach?
They're both feeling each other out right now. They really are. They're a little nervous.
And you saw the head coach of the Storm. That's going to be an over and back violation.
I haven't seen that. I'm not sure about that.
She may have already been across. It was right in front of us. I'm with you. Eye test will have to be put to the test here.
Yep. That's backcourt.
Yep, ended up getting it. So credit our
officials.
She
left backcourt here, and she didn't have her feet down.
Tremendous job by the third team on the floor. What a joy it is, and it is to be selected for these environments for the officials. Nicely done by Bowers, who has the basket.
She forced the baseline, but there was no one there to help.
Coach, all seniors and juniors. In fact, 4 seniors, 1 junior in the starting lineup for this Western Alamance Warriors squad. Very experienced crew.
Very.
Storm working here, though, and that's too strong from Humphrey. Lost out of bounds. It will belong to Western Alamance. What's the luxury of having mostly seniors and all upperclassmen in a championship environment?
Well, it's experience, but you know what? People at this age, that's physically, you're bigger.
Yes.
You're bigger physically. I mean, just by living. So it's very important.
Allie Sykes brings it up the floor.
And there's a big difference between your junior year and your senior year as far as growth. Whoa.
Well, that's what it looks like in your senior year. There's a big-time One-Care NC three-pointer. One-Care NC assisting clients' health requirements and treatments at home, and that was Tina Bowers who dropped it with ease. 7-6 lead for Western Alamance. Crew out of the East from a championship standpoint, interestingly enough.
Well, the coach wants to drive to the basket.
Cramer, heat check for Bowers. She's still on fire. Big clap of the hands as she strides across that Wake Forest logo center court, giving her team a 10-6 lead. What a move. Nice separation creation by Oshana Holland.
If this game stays close and we're down the stretch, is she going to have the ball? I'm going to bet on her.
You want it in her hands if you're on the Stuart Cramer side of things, for sure.
She knows what she's doing.
Bowers draws contact. She'll go to the line shooting a couple. That's going to be against Womack. That's a second, I believe, personal. It is against Hadley Womack in the early going. And of two South College free throws go down.
Number 5, Mallory Hall.
Substitution occurring. Going to be 3. Samara Moser coming in for Western Alamance. And Hall coming into the contest on the Stuart Cramer side of things. Mallory Hall, she's a sophomore. Bowers gives it off this time to Averett. And Averett down the right side. Cleaned up by the Storm.
She runs with her head up, boy. She sees everything.
That is blocked. And assessed that it was cleanly blocked. This is transition. Chance for Western Alamance. There's Sykes. She will shoot. And will shoot 3 from the charity stripe. Some big-time South College free throws coming.
Well, that's what the coach said. You know, they play modern day basketball. They're going to shoot the 3.
Initial returns from three-point land, 2 out of 4. And the opponents not having tried one just yet. That South College free throw rims out, 2 more to come. A little bit of bodying. Let's just send that down. And everybody was moving. They're so used to 2 shots. And she said, wait a minute, I've got 1 more. And she does. You see everybody on the line. They were moving around a little bit thinking,
she
that's
got me
both
too.
of them.
I thought it was she.
Okay. Caught coach as well.
I thought someone stepped into the lane or something. They get an extra shot.
It's 2 out of 3. Big time pressure here. And a 10-second call as a timeout is on the floor. Western Alamance surging ahead to the tune of an early 5-point advantage. 13-8, the early sprint for the Warriors of Western Alamance. What a journey it has been for this group to reach this point. And yep, all weekend you're going to be witnessing it as they make their bid for greatness and to be remembered as state champions in North Carolina.
Broadcast stream of
Western Alamance out of Elon, Stuart, Cramer out of Belmont. Hey, those are some basketball locations, right?
They really are.
When you think about it.
And both teams are just still feeling each other out. They're feeling the court out, feeling the whole area out. It's good to have someone who can handle the ball like this girl can.
Allie Sykes, she is a true ball handler. Out top, creates some separation. She nearly knocked that down.
And here comes the other one.
That's Holland. Looking inside for Humphrey, but just maybe caught her off guard a bit.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't a good pass. If you really look at the pass, it was a great idea, bounce pass, but the bounce was further out than the player was.
3:18 to go, opening period. Early leaders in this one, 9 points for Bowers on one side, 4 points for Holland, and a couple of baskets split between Womack and Humphrey on the other. And we're told the whistle this time is going to be on the floor.
Cramer's got to sharpen up in the half-court defense and keep letting people go to the basket.
Try to get our officials' name for you in this one before all is said and done. Fourth whistle and the fourth team foul is assessed. But suffice it to say, nice job done by our officials in these contests so far. I haven't really sung their praises to this point, but they've served us very, very well.
Excellent job, everybody.
Boy, how about that? Another three ball, one care NC3. That's timely to push it to 16-8, doubling them up, and that's a needed answer on the other end. Holland, who else? Working with it out top, trying to find something open near the elbow. It's not there, but here's a three that won't go. Holland up the floor with it. She looks ahead. Humphrey, and that's disrupted just enough. It's out of bounds.
You know, they haven't taken a Cramer hasn't taken a three, have they?
Not as yet. All of them on the one side so far.
That's his philosophy. He's going to take them if they're there, but he wants to get the foul line. Coach wants to get to the foul line.
And another whistle. It's going to be stopped with 2:23 to play. And shots are coming. It's going to go against Moser here. In the act of shooting, so a couple of free throws, South College free throws coming. First one goes down. Yeah, Coach, I referenced our officials just a moment ago. Nice job they've done so far this weekend. Rick McCain, Sean Hogan, Tony Pate, and Vernon Brown Jr. handling that most recent game. We'll try to get you the names of the officials in this one before we're done as well. But all those that have been given the honor of being a part of the state championship environment have done a nice job so far.
So far, except that last call.
Well, there you go.
She missed it.
You always got to get on that last one.
She missed it.
A coach's perspective never changes.
Mistakes once in a while.
Here we go. Ends up being Holland again, who looks for a window. How about that shot? Somehow falls. Holland impressive. On the other end it goes. And it's gathered up by Mallory Hall.
She's only a junior.
It's remarkable.
Are you kidding me?
Holland again. Weaves through traffic and secures the bucket. What a start at 16 apiece. 32 split right down the middle with under 90 seconds to play in the opening period. That nearly found the bank. Closed on this late Friday afternoon as we push on toward evening hours now. There's Sykes again. She'll try to step back and fire one. It goes. A one-care NC three-pointer. One-care NC. Assisting clients' health requirements and treatments at home. And how about this? The three-point differential, you said it, one of the big stories of the game. 4 of 9 on one side, 0 of 1 on the other.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this is going to be really easy to figure this out. But first, you have to get someone to defend her and keep her in front of you. And someone has to defend Sykes. That's how it's going to go.
Easier said than done. And this is one of those good old-fashioned, they look at each other and say, you play your way, I'll play mine, and we'll see what shakes out.
When I say defend Holland, I mean don't let her have the ball. So you have to put somebody on her that's not going to care about what's going on in the game. You're going to deny her. She's going to get it once in a while, but she can't get every time because it looks like she's going to score every time.
+1 for Western Alamance with the first quarter winding to a close. 5 seconds from the corner, won't go. And it's going to take a heave from this side of half court that will not find payment. It is 18 on the board one side, 19 on the board the other. 1 quarter in the books, 1 point separating these 3A title combatants.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home.
We welcome you back with our Ochsner and Permar. We make wrongs right. First quarter stats. What do you notice?
I just see 3-pointers, 4 for 9. Other than that, not much difference. Everything's the same. This is the way they play. I do notice right now, and here's points in the paint.
Yep, Air Expert heating and cooling points in the paint. Schedule your tune-up today. AirExperts.com. Big difference there.
Yeah, that's because Holland scored in the paint.
You got it.
But
one from without and one from within. Different ways to get the job done. You were talking when we were in the break a little bit about scouting these two. One thing you find right away, Tina Bauer's pretty good. She lays one home. What are your thoughts on the quick college scout approach?
It took me 5 minutes to figure out what I do this thing. I put somebody on Holland and said, don't leave her, get in her face, don't let her have the ball. And the other side, I do the same on the other side. Sykes, those are the two guys putting up the points.
You hear the
and let the other people play.
You hear the respect level for 14 points on one side. That's Holland, of course, in the initial quarter. And then, of course, Sykes with 5 points to this point. Bowers has been the player grabbing the headlines so far. She has 11 points to lead the way.
And let her score. Just let her do all the scoring.
That's correct. Squat and a quick turnaround. That's going to be Humphrey, and she draws the foul. Going to go against Caden White.
Well, it's amazing that the coach is telling me Sykes shoots the 3 and Holland goes to the basket. 2 different ways. It's 2 different things.
Well, it's a reminder that in this sport, there's more than one way to get the job done. And the chess match that can ensue when you're trying to get the job done different ways is often highly entertaining.
Oh, of course. And listen, you look at the size of Holland, I'd let her, she's driving the basket. I wouldn't let her shoot too many threes. I want her inside.
She's the first of the line for the Carrying Hands home health free throws. And you see how good she is on this second one. Put your needs in our Carrying Hands. That's Carrying Hands Home Health. Sponsors of all foul shots, the free throws.
Now here's something I don't understand. You're taking your best player, offensive player, and you put her defending their best player. That takes a lot of energy sometimes.
Go time for Sykes. Kick to the corner, and that's a three ball. Emma Johnson with a three. That's her first made three in her second attempt. And that is the sixth such moment for her team. Inside the paint. Oh, we're going to have that immediate one way or the other way. Instead, there are whistles here. Stops with 6:35 to go in the half. This is going to be against Moser. Moser, a senior off the bench. And Moser is a player that has really come into her own. She had knee surgery, coach, and a player that just getting back to full song. And as a result of just getting back to full song, as you see her depart there, she'll be back. She has been the spark for this team in its tournament run to reach the state championship. So expect her to be a major factor before the day is done. She departs here, and the Storm back to work. Inside, put it on the ground, and after putting it on the deck, Humphrey has it fall off the side of the rim. This is a three from the Warriors, and then a whistle in the interior.
You know, Holland plays beyond her age. I mean, she made a pass there. She's really good. She's very, very good. Under control, very composed. She's going to be hard to stop. She's going to be hard to stop.
Well, remember now, for all the talk about seniors in this game, Holland, a junior.
Junior.
Yep, she's got some time to continue to develop. This first goes for Averett. Look at the Stuart Cramer Storm stand out. And Averett good on this Carrying Hands home health free throw. Down the right side. Continued attack of the basket from who else but Holland pays further dividends.
3 fouls. 3 fouls. You know, they're fouling.
Team's third, second personal picked up in recent moments by White there. Keep an eye on that. And she's going to depart after picking up a couple of quick in succession.
This game could change. This girl here on the line, foul line, she could foul a lot of people out.
Yes, she can with that attack. Ava Mitchell, you saw come into the game for Western Alamance, and the Carrying Hands home health free throw capitalized on. Lead 5.
You see, I wouldn't put Holland on her because Holland draws so much energy on the offensive end. I want to rest on defense. I would want to rest her a little on defense, but they do switch. They switch everything. So she's not on her very long.
I'll say this, though. It is fun to see those two going toe-to-toe with what they've meant to these two schools across the course of their seasons. And Sykes getting set to go to work. She'll get a nice screen that
they switch. They switch everything.
Opens her up.
She's going to let
baseline, wide open near side.
She's going to shoot it
all the way around the horn here. Long three, off the mark. Perhaps a reach-in coming. That would be a tough one picked up by Sykes there. That's exactly who it's going to be. Allie Sykes whistled for the foul.
That wasn't a smart foul at all in the backcourt.
Tough one. Fourth team foul already assessed Western Alamance.
In less than 3 minutes.
That's just her first personal. Picked up in the midcourt.
They're doubling her.
Holland looking for a room. She'll make her own. And the three too strong. That's just the third attempt from three-point land. Been a lot of them from this side. This one falls through the twine, and one more is coming for Allie Sykes. She's got a chance to turn this into a 4-point play.
Why is she wide open? She's the best girl in the court.
Second personal, team's third.
And they left her open. You can't leave her open.
6 of 14 from beyond the arc. The start for the Warriors, and her carrying hands home held free throw would make it a 9-point lead. It will.
And you went after a shot. It was covered with Holland, and she went running after it. So again, you're putting a lot of pressure on Holland. You really are.
What a big moment for Sykes and company. Coach, that sequence, all of a sudden you look up and the Warriors have a +9 advantage. Now, granted, 4 of them just happened on that one play, and it's worth another glance. Walk us through it, Coach.
Here she's wide open, and Holland comes in. Yeah, that's what you get a big lead when you have 3 pointers. You make it 3 pointers.
Well, when you can turn it into 4, you really have
to turn it into 4.
That is a little window into what Allie Sykes can provide. Safe to say Lenore Ryan is getting quite a talent.
Oh, she shoots it too. I would not let her have that shot. She can't have that shot. It's the only shot she's shown all day.
What do they see in her, Lenore Ryan, that's going to take her to the next level beyond the smooth shooting stroke that you just saw?
She can handle the ball. She handles the ball. Yeah,
You're right.
She handles the ball.
Lenore Ryan,
yeah,
where she's
headed.
Guard. You got Bowers going to Western Carolina University, and Emma Johnson is headed to East Mennonite University in the state of Virginia. So that's the future for so many of these upperclassmen. A little bit of work being done on Allie Sykes there. Gives us a chance to tell you that we've got the Talk It Out NC halftime report coming up for you here in just a bit. Talk It Out, start the conversation, stop underage drinking. That is the reminder from Talk It Out NC, sponsors of our halftime report. You're going to hear from Hugh Tucker. You're going to hear a little more about these two schools. You'll see stats, highlights, all that and more coming up at halftime, about 4:51 from now. A little something the training staff was tending to on Allie Sykes after that collision a moment ago, it appeared. But
yeah,
all
she
is
got
well.
A little cut up there, but she's fine.
But think about that. 3 players, all seniors, all expected to play college basketball. That kind of strength will put you in a moment like this.
Yeah. She's tough too. Now I'd like to see her not shoot the 3 and take the ball to the basket. Now I know he's
looking for a little help. That was disrupted by Johnson. Remember, she's the other player we told you is going to play at the next level. Saw her pestering D there. Here's Bowers on the move. And it's apparently going to stay on this end of the floor. Now, Emma Johnson, or actually check that. It looks like it would be Storm basketball. Here's a look at it.
Oh, she didn't touch it. She went to touch it, but she didn't touch it.
Well, it is Warriors basketball. How about that?
Yeah.
Saw the body language of the Warriors. They thought they weren't going to get the call. In the end, they have possession.
They're lucky.
A state championship game, girls side.
So the zone, you're playing a zone now, 2-3 zone.
You're in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Kevin Cantwell with you. Jason Patterson here with you. Happy to have you with us on our broadcast brought to you by Riddle and Riddle. All right, Coach, Sykes leaving here. What'd you see?
Well, she's got a little blood on her somewhere, but this is the time that they don't have to sub for her, don't they? I don't know what the rule is in high school, but
being held right now.
I think they sub for her.
And they're calling Coach Loy over.
If they had a sub for her, I'd tell them to go try to score as many points as while she's out.
Well, wrap the knee this time. Okay. And the inbound is coming. She remains with a 9-point lead and 4:08 to go in the half.
Now, if they're in the zone, fine. But when she gives the ball up, stay with her. You got to stay with her way over the other side. You have to. You can't give her any openings.
That outstanding a player. Going to slow it up mid-court.
It's a zone. She's trying to pull him out of the zone. You have to do anything. Holland doesn't have to do that.
the 5-second call out of it. How about that? Holland with defensive prowess that pays dividends. 9 is the lead with 3:36 to go in the half. More to come from Winston on the other side of this break. A lot of purple in the building. Both teams well represented as our Original Grills fan cam. Some of the visuals from here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Elevate your grill game. Original Grills, sponsors of our fan cam. Cheerleaders make the trip. We've had some pep band activity from time to time. You want all the pageantry that surrounds high school basketball in North Carolina. Well, few states have the type of high school basketball passion that North Carolina does. Few states have the passion for basketball, period, that North Carolina does. Good to see it on display on a day like this. That's not all that's on display. The shooting ability of Holland is as well.
That was crucial. They needed a bucket.
Quick feed. Just a little bit too much juice on it. Here's Holland again. Avoids the trouble. Stop. Pop. She's found a groove. Holland in rhythm.
Hard to stop. She's hard. You're not going to stop.
And it cuts the lead to 2 possessions with under 3 to play in the half.
You just have to figure out a way to avoid having the ball so much.
That's a pretty good option on the other end of the floor. Allie Sykes, a 7th made 3. 8 free throws, 7 3-pointers. The 2 stats we've been tracking for you right now. They've worked their way to the line. They've hit the 3 ball, and that's been the story. Gathered up by Mitchell. And it's going to be a long run. Unable to save it this time. Emma Johnson, it'll be out of bounds to the Storm.
But there I go. You know, Sykes hits that 3 over there, and Holland's playing. And Holland's, she's tired from offense. She's not going to be on her all the time.
I want to go to back to that point for just a moment, Coach. You got 29 of 33 points that have either been on a 3 ball or a free throw. Those have been the weapons. Here they go to work once more. And a little bit tougher doing this, although it's laid back home by Ava Mitchell. The freshman is in the scorebook. She's also going to provide the defense here, but will be assessed a blocking foul. A couple of shots coming because that is a 5th team foul.
I tell you what, she's going to wear herself out. I guess she's in shape. She probably does this most of every game. But right now, I'm getting tired of watching it.
First of the...
She's playing good defense, but she gets in that lull when she forgets where Sykes is. But you better not her playing her, but she's going to stun her.
Both the carrying hands, home held free throws go down. Put your needs in our carrying hands. Sponsors of our free throws in this second quarter. A couple of free throws of their own for the Storm. Inside, wide look, and it goes a little too strong and off the side.
I don't know how she was wide open.
Boy, taken right back away by Emma Johnson. Sykes, stop, delivery. There's the 8th made 3. It is Sykes again. She has 4 of them personally from beyond the arc. And contact and a whistle with 1:32 to play. after the lead had grown to 9. Well, this is quite a sequence all the way around.
Right, she's trying to dribble the 2 people, and she shoot a 3. I mean, we know she's going to shoot a 3. And she's the type of player, you have to go right smack out on her. You have to really, because she's going to shoot it in your face if you don't.
Emma Johnson with the takeaway there to begin things created the opportunity that Sykes capitalized on. I'll say it again. 4 made threes for Sykes. She's connected on half of her tries, and she's got half of the made threes for the unit. True trip to the Caring Hands Home Health free throw line. That's where good work's been done by the Storm of late. Back out to Sykes.
We're in a zone, and I'm not sure.
Three. Yes. Ava Mitchell and the One Care NC three-pointers keep on coming. One Care NC assisting clients' health requirements and treatments at home. And the 3 balls have been big time in this one. Quick answer with under a minute to play. The lead is 10. Well, you want to stick around for the Talk It Out NC halftime report coming up in about 41 seconds. That's our Talk It Out NC halftime report. Going to meet someone from the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. You're going to have a whole lot of highlights and stats, all that and more. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking. That's the challenge from Talk It Out NC, sponsors of our halftime report. Here comes the inbound with 36.1 to go.
Holland is exhausted. She's exhausted.
Halftime's coming to her delight.
Well, you know, she's playing the game like it's the last quarter. She needs to cool down.
Well,
she came down the last time, you know, they were down and someone hit a shot and she playing like the last quarter.
She's got that intermission right around the corner, certainly in the conversation as the player of the game. Reminder, we're first going to have the West Shore play of the game. West Shore Home sponsoring that, and then the Riddle and Riddle player of the game will be selected before we're done as well. When justice counts, that's Riddle and Riddle, and they'll sponsor our player of the game. 10 seconds left in the half. It's timeout called for to try to do something with this last possession by Western Alamance.
That's a great call. I mean, that was a great call because she was in trouble.
Well, and he's going to be able to draw something up that's going to be mindful of what we saw to end the first boys game of the day. Think about it. He's going to have about 10 seconds to work with. There you see the trouble he helped them escape.
Over 100 years. Learn more at Wilson.com.
You go inside the huddle with Coach Loy. Mentioned it. He took over. Coach Quinn, when he took over after 17 seasons with the High Point women's program, including 10 as a head coach. He had some assistant coaching roles at Young Harris and Elon Queens. On down the line it goes, but we mentioned collegiate coaching experience that is translated into high school coaching success for a guy who's at his alma mater.
And he has a lot of college coaching experience.
10-point lead with the basketball. His Warriors have 9.9 with which to work. They're going to carry, it would seem, a double-digit advantage into the break if they hold for the final shot. It's just a matter of how large. Sykes will take one more three off the front of the iron, and the horn sounds to indicate the end of the half. Your thoughts on this first half?
Sykes.
He's the story. Sykes to this point leading the way. She has 15, including 4 made threes in a first half that has watched her team pull out front by 10. Stick around. Halftime report when you return to Winston-Salem in the 3A Girls Championship game.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home. You're watching the Talk It Out Halftime Report. Talk it out. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking.
Well, hey there, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the state championship high school basketball games. Joining us is our long-standing partner all the way from Ingalls Markets, Miss Melissa Level. Melissa, are you loving these excellent basketball games?
I love it. What a great season it's been, and the best of the best is right here now on television.
Best of the best is right. Now, let's talk about that long-standing and robust partnership between Ingalls and high school championship athletics. What all does that entail?
It's just absolutely wonderful to be able to connect with all the schools within our region. You know, we're in 6 states, and so we have Friday Night Lights with football, we do basketball, we have softball, even some Olympic-style sports, and we go all the way up through college, and then of course some minor leagues. But we just love that high school spirit and the fun with that. A lot of those players work with us. A lot of their parents have a shop at our Ingalls, so it's kind of like a big family coming to watch all of them play, right? So we love that.
We love it as well. Melissa, as always, thank you for taking the time to speak with us here today.
Thank you.
All righty. Let's get back to the game, folks.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home. You're watching the Talk It Out Halftime Report. Talk it out. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking.
10 the separation. Western Alamance is strong first half. Second half on the horizon. First things first, though, plenty more to learn about the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Its bright future. Jay caught up with Q Tucker. Here's that interview.
Good to have you here, Commissioner Tucker, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for the invitation, and it's great to be here with you.
What are the biggest challenges facing high school sports today, and how is the NCHSAA addressing them?
This is education-based athletics, and we're trying to teach civility. We're trying to teach respect for one another, and that comes with playing in our programs. And so that continues to be something we address by pointing out instances of ejections to our membership. We try to reward good behavior by giving ejection-free certificates each year for what they've done the previous year. We have our student athlete advisory council, which is made up of students representing each of our regions across the state. And what we try to do with those young people is put them in a position where they learn leadership skills, and then they can get in front of their peers. They can have be responsible for helping conduct conferences and summits with the idea that we're helping them understand you can be a good student, but you can also be a student athlete. And that's been working very, very well. It's not a new initiative, but I think what we've done is try to expand and grow the program.
What makes the basketball championship such a special event for schools, students, and communities?
So many of these young people who play on in these programs, and particularly basketball, football and basketball are obviously our most popular sports, but these young people are seen in church, they're seen in the grocery store, they're seen around towns, especially in your smaller communities. And so when you get to the ending of a season and their team is still standing, it rallies that community. It creates a buzz that you feel when you go into some of those smaller communities, and even in our larger communities, even though they are much more spread out. It's just an exciting time, and just to be able to go into the venues now that we are afforded to play in.
And Commissioner Tucker, I know you're a former basketball coach. What advice would you give to the coaches and the players competing in the championships?
Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about fans trying to get into the game, how fans buy the tickets. Coaches don't need to worry about that stuff. That's what their athletic director is for, principal. All of them will take care of that. And then the final advice that I would give them is savor the moment.
We appreciate your time, Commissioner Tucker, and thank you for everything you do for high school athletics.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate this opportunity to talk about high school athletics in North Carolina.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home. You're watching the Talk It Out Halftime Report. Talk it out. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking.
Entertaining first half of basketball. 3A Crown a half away from someone hoisting the trophy. That's what's on the line. 10 points, the Western Alamance lead. You'll see when we look at the halftime highlights just how that was built. But, Coach, pretty impressive player on the other side, and you're going to see a whole lot of 23.
Yeah, she is. She's physical. She's good. She's very good. She could do it all. You know, she's wearing herself out, though. She's going hard. There's a drive, and then she can shoot the three. But she's going to drive hard.
Oshana leads all scorers with 24 points in the first half of action. It was the three ball on the other side that was the real story.
That was the big difference, is the three. They just all shoot the three. They're sharing the ball, and they're shooting it.
The one-care NC three-pointers, 9 of them, to be specific. Nobody better at shooting them than Allie Sykes in that first half, helped build the 10-point advantage.
And she shoots the ball so high from, you know, watch her shoot. It goes so high, she doesn't worry about the defender. Here we go.
Oxner and Cramer, we make wrongs right. Oxner and Cramer are the sponsors of our numbers overall. What do you see?
Just a simple thing. 0 for 2 from the threes there, but then 9 for 19 from the threes. That's it. The game's right there.
We flip over from the Oxner and Cramer overall numbers, and we take a glance at what has happened in the interior, doubling them up in the paint right now, Coach.
Yeah, because Holland takes it off. She goes. You know, that's the philosophy. He wants to get into the lane, and the other team wants to shoot the three. So
those paint points being tracked for you by Air Experts Heating and Cooling. Schedule your tune-up today, airexperts.com. You have the numbers. You have witnessed the highlights of what has been. Time to find out what will be when you return to Winston-Salem and Wake Forest University for the North Carolina Championships. 3A title bout continues right after these messages.
Just visit AskBed.com.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home.
Well, it's a 10-point lead for Western Alamance as we get set to begin the third quarter of action, and the players having made their way back out onto the floor. Just about ready for it, Coach. I always ask you about adjustments. Let's talk them. What adjustments you see as necessary for both teams going into this third quarter?
well, I tell you, Holland has worked so hard getting the ball and having the ball. What she has to do is give it up a little bit. And she played the last quarter like it was the last quarter. She was trying to make a point. I mean, she can't do that. There's a lot of game here left, but she's going to have to give it up. On the other hand, I'd get all over Sykes, but they're going to have to put it on her, all over her. And she shoots the ball so high. That's why she shoots the ball in people's faces.
What's the value if you're Stuart Cramer of having now been here for a half in a state championship environment? You come back out with at least one under your belt in this high-stakes moment, Coach.
Yeah, they're going to have to make these shots early.
Nothing will build that confidence like you said it, a made basket or two.
That's all you need.
Here's Holland trying to feed it a little deeper, but it's out of bounds. It'll be Warriors basketball. First ever trip, as we talked about, for the Storm. Remember, they had the early lead, the Stuart Cramer Storm, and that initial push to go out front, but all those threes for the Warriors of Western Alamance.
Here goes play number 2.
And the good work at the free throw line, and the lead is 10. Trying to make it 12, but that was a bit off target, and you saw kind of palms up Tina Bowers. She thought there was contact there, but did not get the whistle. Inbound for the Storm, going to be handled by Hadley Womack. Remember, Womack picked up the 2 quick fouls early in this one, so now enough time having passed, she should potentially be a factor again. What a recovery right there by Holland. That was near disaster. In the end, it will be. Taken away and slowed up. Second chance look coming, and Bowers able to find it.
Yeah, Holland's got to give it up because they're double teaming her. When she has it, they're sending another girl at her. They're going to send someone right now. She has to give it up earlier than that even.
Just a little toss to Humphrey here. And that is rejected by Averett. And now a scramble for it on the floor. Averett saves it and into the grasp of Sykes. Out front, Bowers. And what a transition bucket there for the Warriors. Coast to coast, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was. We're going to have to share the ball a little here.
Lead 14. Storm trying to not let it slip away. And that's uncharacteristic. 3-ball doesn't go. And here's a foul called. And this is going to be against Emma Johnson. That's just her first as you get another look at that last sequence.
I didn't see the foul.
Well, inbound is coming, as that obviously freshly in the quarter was just the first whistle on either side. They're going to take care of some equipment for Allie Sykes. Sykes, who you remember, had to be seen to by the training staff a bit earlier after that collision on the 4-point play, one of the premier moments of this game. All seems to be in order now. Taken away by Johnson. Emma Johnson slows it up. Quick look inside to Bowers. Wide open, long 3, true. And she'll swing her hands in the air in celebration. Emma Johnson with a 3-ball. And Coach, that's the latest OneCare NC 3-pointer. They have continued to arrive for the Warriors.
Yeah, timeout. You know, Holland's exhausted. She put all the energy into the first half. She can't dribble like she did the first half. She's tired. She can't go by anybody.
Here comes Eiley Black into the contest. Let's take a look at the feed and the 3.
Beautiful. Nice follow through.
OneCare NC. They have certainly received some love with those 3-point baskets they're sponsoring tonight, assisting clients, health requirements and treatments at home. Those 3 balls, and we're tracking them now. Looks like 10 of them in 20 tries. Firing up another, and that's a little too strong. 50% from 3-point land, 10 made threes. And a whistle that will send it the other end. And it's not just the 10 made threes, Coach, that jump off the stat sheet at you. The opponent 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. So you got 10 made on one side and not a single made 3 on the other. I know that's not what they do, but a few of them tried that haven't gone down. And you said it, with the energy level where it has been, going to be interesting to see how that plays.
Yeah, the energy level is going to be the key right now.
Breaking that pressure. And then as it's handed off, it's going to work out of bounds. Will be Warriors basketball.
See, if Holland doesn't have the ball in her hand, that's what happens. Crazy stuff like that happens. But at the same time, she's exhausted. You think about it, the court's longer. A lot of things going on here.
Yeah, we talked about that in the men's game. Let's revisit that just a moment. There are a handful of things you're dealing with, particularly if you're in this type of environment for the very first time. You've got the depth perception issue, not a high school gym, to say the least. Beautifully handled here, laid home by Bowers. The length of the floor becomes an issue on more than one front, though, Coach.
It does, because when you come over half court, normally in high school, you almost, well, I can start my offense. Well, you can't stop your offense when you go over half court here, but kids will do it. The players will do it. Now, when you pass the ball to the wing, when you do that, right, you're going to get the ball 6, 7, 8 feet out further. Now, when you drive to the basket, normally it takes you 3 dribbles. Now it's taking 5. And all of a sudden, the defense is there. And you go, what? You know, so you want to get closer to the basket before you run the offense.
With the game being such a game of rhythm, all those little elements make a big difference.
Yes.
Tie-up, alternating possession arrow. We'll send it to the other end. It belongs to the Warriors. One other wrinkle, and that is the elevated nature, visibility of the game. You got the media timeouts you're negotiating, a number of different things that happen in the state championship environment that you don't have across the course of a regular campaign. Inside 5 minutes, in fact, closing in on 4.5 in the third. Bodies get all tangled up, and a whistle underneath. And, you know, the fouls beginning to climb here. 6 of them have been whistled between the two teams. And it'll be the Storm's inbound. That was about as physical a collision as we've seen.
It was.
Driven away by Holland, and they will break it. Quick turnaround. Humphrey couldn't drop it home. 19 all of a sudden. And that was designs on 21, but it was out of bounds underneath. Promised you officials' names a little bit ago. After we give you one more look at this most recent sequence, we'll pass those along. That was the...
Bowers is a nice player. She's going to Western Carolina. She's a nice player.
Yeah, she's going to be something special at the next level, that's for sure. Has it in her hands right now.
They're in a zone.
Tries a 3. Why not? High off the bank. That's the 11th made 3. And it continues to see the lead extended. Trying to battle inside. Boy, all of the one-care NC three-pointers that continue to fall just stretch out that advantage Western Alamance currently enjoys. Subs coming. We'll tell you about them on the other side of the break. It's timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well in Winston-Salem. Things trending Western Alamance. You know, you can begin to look perhaps on one side. There's a lot of basketball left for the West Shore Home play of the game. Not only will West Shore Home bring you the play of the game, we will have the player of the game, sponsored by Riddle and Riddle, before the conclusion of this 3A girls contest. A couple of things we promised you. Stick around. Both of those superlatives that are coming into the contest. Franklin on the Storm side of things when we had that substitution made a moment ago. And to the line for the Caring Hands Home Health free throw and able to knock it down is 22, Eiley Black, a junior at 5'11", and she's good on the first. Eiley Black getting set to deliver perhaps on another as she's into the game in key moments for the Storm. She does roll this home. Coach promised the officials a moment ago. It is Bernice McGriff, Paige Whitaker, and Relisha Currents, the three that have been given and granted the honor of handling this 3A girls championship game. Congrats to all our officials this weekend that will be involved in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association title games. Our broadcast brought to you by Riddle and Riddle. 3 won't go this time, and 3:16 is on the game clock as that defense heats up at half court. Somehow able to weave through traffic is Holland, and she goes hard to the deck on a whistle.
I tell you, they go hard. They really, she plays hard, but like I say, she's very, very tired. She's not the same player she started the game out. She was really, she had it all in her. She can buy people, dribble it. She can't do it now.
Well, the pressure, the constant pressure from the Warriors, a big part of that.
Exactly. Double teaming her all the time.
Here's Holland to the line, knocks down the first of the Carrying Hands home health free throws.
And I'll tell you what, they have not turned the ball over. Very little turned the ball over. Very little.
Well, if you want the specific numbers, 11 on the other side, 5 total for Western Alamance.
That's good for anybody, 5.
Yeah, that's almost through 3 quarters of action. Able to break the pressure here.
Oh, gosh.
Another 3.
Of more people open.
Just off. How about this putback? Able to clean it off the boards and provide the finish as well, just as true from Caden White, the senior. And another major collision, and Holland will be helped to her feet by a host of those black jerseys of the Stuart Cramer Storm variety. It's going to be against Zamora Moser. Now Moser, remember, she was playing with 3 fouls, so now it gets to be the doorstep for Moser as jersey number 3 standing by, just about to come out, no doubt, of the contest with a sub waiting in the wings after the first of the Carrying Hands home health free throws. That's exactly what will take place with the return of Reagan Averett, the junior. Lone junior that was in the starting lineup tonight. Everybody else seniors.
At Cramer's not defensively. They're doing all right. They're doing all right. You know, you think about it. The other team, Western only has 55. Their offense, they only have 36 points. They have to score. They haven't scored.
You know, how much credit do you give Western Alamance and the Warriors for taking so much of not only Holland away, but the other options surrounding her? So far, so good.
Exactly.
To that end. 2:44. The time on the clock as this.
They did what I said at the beginning. You got to take her out of the game.
Free throw goes.
You got it covered.
Yeah, you called it. That has certainly been part of the main strategy for the Warriors, who lead it 55-37. .22 as a turnaround. For bank was used earlier by Caden White. Won't happen here. Taking it across the timeline is Franklin, and it's just lost out of the grasp of she and Womack. It will be Western Alamance basketball.
Well, that's dribbling. Dribbling, you know, they all love to dribble. It's probably one of the worst things you could do in basketball is dribble.
Coming from a coach, it's a little bit weird to hear it, but you explained it earlier. Explain it again for fans who maybe weren't with us.
Unless you go to the basket, you're not going to the basket, stop dribbling. Just stop dribbling.
Hard to see the floor.
You can't see the floor.
Kent Will told us earlier
50% of the time, as soon as you put the ball on the floor, you lose 50% of what you can see. And I'm talking about good time, big time players. Big time players like that.
Guy who had under his tutelage so many of the ACC's premier performers over the years. Closing in on 95 seconds remaining in the third. Here comes that pressure. Timeout taken and granted.
Good coach, good call.
Well, you know how well traveled Floyd has been and the staff he has put together. What a tremendous group over there trying to bring it home for the Warriors. And they built a sizable advantage at 55-37.
Yeah, there's a comfortable advantage here. And they're being patient. They're wasting some time on offense. They're passing it around. So
think about a good move. Think about some of the individuals so far. 18 for Bowers. Sykes has 15. You know, so many that have contributed in one way or another. And, you know, the big stat team-wise that comes at you, the 11 made threes. in 24 tries. It has been a shooting afternoon turned evening for that group. Take us inside the huddle right now for Stuart W. Cramer. What's the conversation like for that group here?
I don't know. Defensively, like I said, they got to score. They have to score. And the problem is they're having a hard time doing that. So he's setting up something offensively.
That's pound 529.
The sophomore, McDowell, the seniors, Franklin and Womack. He's got a sophomore, Humphrey, who's a good-looking player in terms of so much more growth, no doubt going to happen, as she has shown some size in the interior, and Holland just a junior. This is a team that may not be trending their way today, but they've got a bright future in the state of North Carolina.
They do. And
swatted in the direction of Sykes.
They're going to try to double team her. We're going to double her. Now you got to get back, though.
Go to Emma Johnson. Nearly stolen away by Womack.
This is what you know. They're holding the ball.
1:05 remaining in the third quarter.
They're holding the ball.
Up 55-37 and allowing key seconds to
good move.
Designed to allow seconds to roll on off that clock.
You don't want to let the other team back in the game. It's a good move.
Womack just picked up her fourth, by the way, as you track these fouls, which continue to climb.
That's another reason to delay it.
Sykes with it now. She has been the stamp with those 15 points from a three-point perspective. Of course, Bowers has 3 threes and 18 points. That leads everybody on the Warriors side of things. Bounced ahead, stopped, and a 3 of her own. Remains elusive. 0 of 4 from three-point land thus far for the Storm as a unit.
That was a little far out. That was the college line she was on.
Should mention all 4 of those have been taken by Holland, by the way. So it's really a personal mark as much as anything. She has been good, though. Leads all scorers with 28 points. 8 made field goals in this one in 16 tries.
No, they're exhausted.
Final seconds of the third quarter. Good ball movement. And usually it results in what you just saw. Reagan Averett playing home the last bucket of the third, and it holds the lead steady at 20. Another Western Alamance-owned quarter of action. And the Warriors, perhaps one period away from a North Carolina crown at 25.
The broadcast stream of these championship games is brought to you by West Shore Home.
Oxnard and Permar provide our stats through 3 quarters of action. We make wrongs right. That's Oxnard and Permar. Third quarter stats tell you what, Coach?
11 for 24 from the threes. First of all, it's a very good percentage. And Stuart, Cramer, they're over 4. It's not about that. They haven't taken any threes.
Let's take a look at the points in the paint as well. A reminder that you can schedule your look today, +4 the advantage in points in the paint.
And Cramer got inside early, but now they're not doing it. They're not getting inside too much.
How do you schedule your look? Well, go to airexperts.com and check them out. That's airexperts.com, sponsors of our points in the paint. That's Air Experts Heating and Cooling. The lead was 10 at the half. They doubled it with a 16-6 split in the third quarter. The lead 20 as we enter the fourth period of action.
You know,
little disruption is all out of bounds.
The third quarter was tough for them. They scored 6 points. You know, that's the quarter. But like I say, their key player was exhausted. You know, with the ball, she's tired.
Worth underscoring, it doubled the lead. The lead had been 10. It is now 20. It's 57-37. 7.5 left in the championship season of the 3A girls basketball campaign. Recovery for Emma Johnson there, and trying to dig it out of there. Caden White won't be. Storm has it. Looking out front. Womack. She'll try a 3. Still looking for the first of the day, and that's how unkind the 3 ball has been. That potential 1-care NC3 rims right out. And a whistle on the other end of the floor.
There's a block. And she's going hard. I knew she was going right to the basket.
Storm fouls.
She tried.
22, Eileen Black.
Probably should have passed the ball to her teammate, but
Team's first of the quarter. Tina Bowers at the line.
You look at the way the 3, the all-important 1-care NC3s have fallen as the initial of this South College free throw opportunity will go down at the charity stripe for Bowers. 0 for 5 on one side, and we've told you the story of 11 for 24 on the other. So that's how tough the sledding has been from beyond the arc for the Storm. Haven't tried it a lot, but when they have in a much needed moment, just haven't been able to capitalize or see it materialize. Under 7 to play now. Again, 28 points to lead everybody as she goes to work. Little stop, pop, you can make it 30. What a state championship environment for Holland, but she and her teammates trade 2 for 3 more often than not.
right, and that's not what they do. They don't shoot the 3. So when they're in this situation and they're down, they're going to have a hard time getting back.
Far side. He told you it's kind of an old approach to basketball, or traditional approach is probably a better way to put it, against the new look of fire away, and it has been bombs away, and worked out well for the Warriors along the way. They've also had pretty good work in the interior, as we told you. And cleaning that up is Bowers.
Yeah, both teams are well coached, and now they're just holding the ball. I like this move.
How about 15 rebounds between Bowers, White, and Averett, 5 apiece. Saves the possession, and it turns into points.
Yeah, I like that move. They held the ball for a while there, and they're wasting time, but then they're getting 2s.
Bowers has 21. She is the leading scorer for the Warriors.
You know, one thing
going to pick up a foul.
I wish they would do in North Carolina, have a shot clock. Most of the states have shot clocks down, and I wish that North Carolina would get it soon.
Yeah, not in effect. Now, you saw a couple of times the defense coming out and contesting and forcing the 5-second call. That's your best option when a team's trying to hang on to it for a little while. In this scenario, you've got the team that's way out front trying to shorten the basketball game to the tune of 5:58 to play. Here comes the inbound for Womack. Now, a little conversation taking place before the inbound, and it goes to guess who? Holland. And first to 30, and she is able to knock down the elusive 1-care NC three-pointer. Her 5th try is the charm, and Holland has 33 to lead all scorers.
They broke the three-point ice. They broke it.
Well, the fans been waiting to see one of those fall on the Stuart Cramer Storm side of things. Plenty of energy in the building as we look at our Original Grills fan cam. Our Original Grills fan cam. We remind you, elevate your grill game. That's Original Grills. sponsors of tonight's fan camp. Never know. You see some of those young fans, of course, high schools making the trip over to support their friends and perhaps teammates in other sports. So many that will carry memories back to their respective locations, whether it be Belmont, whether it be Elon, and their lifetime memories on the line in this one. They are enjoying this 3A championship environment as we have throughout the day. Congratulations, by the way, as we kind of recap what has happened to this point to Cherokee a little bit earlier. The Cherokee girls winning the 1A crown a bit ago. And prior to that, Corbian at the buzzer in overtime. Mr. Moore Jr., no less. The sophomore getting the job done in what was as good as it gets. A buzzer beater in overtime to claim the crown for that group. Really,
the buzzer beater was 18-footer contested.
Yeah, really has
he
been.
made it. Great shot.
A memorable day. All right, back to work it goes. 5:37 on the game clock. And another foul call. Still one apiece to this point in the fourth quarter. That's going to be the second against the Storm.
They're trying to trap it, try to get it out of hand, try to do something, but
that one is of note because it was on Holland, and it's her third. Holland, who of course still paces everybody with 33. One more coming, by the way. When you talk championship environment today, B.L. Smith and South Durham getting ready to tangle in the 3A boys championship just a little bit. Taking her time. Sykes. She'll dribble out of this trouble. Sykes 15 points, 5 assists, a couple of rebounds and a steal to her credit thus far today as she is fouled just in front of the scorer's table.
She must have been hard to play against when she was like 10, 11, 12. She was probably dribbling by everybody. She's been doing this a while. She's tough.
Not a bad stat line either. 15 points, of course, grabs your attention. But when you think 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal, something in each category.
And she handles the ball a lot, and she has very few turnovers. She handles it a lot.
That's a damning point. A little keep away being played right now. And if the bucket's wide open, why not? Zamora Mosher with a bucket. Takes it back to 20, 62-42. Knowing the threes have to come now, suddenly the lid is off the bucket. As 2 have fallen for Howland. She's got 36, and the lead shrinks ever so slightly to 17. Timeout is on the floor. We'll take it as well. Balance of the 3A girls title game coming up when you return to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Western Alamance led by double digits at the break. Slightly into double digits. The advantage was 10. They doubled it to 20 at the end of 3 quarters, and it sits right now at nearly that threshold as they go to work offensively with 4.5 to play in the game. This will get it a little closer to that 20-point threshold, and it'll get Bowers a little closer to the quarter-century mark. She's got 23 and put 64 on the board for her crew. What a turnaround. Won't fall for Humphrey Remember, Humphrey's one of those we talked about. She's just in her sophomore campaign, as is Unique McDowell, two of the starters.
Oh, they're going to be back. They're definitely going to be back.
This is a Storm team going to be making some noise for a while in North Carolina. Even Holland has another year of eligibility remaining. And she's put up 36 today, including those two most recent threes. Sykes is fouled. That will take care of the day for Haley Womack. Womack, who's going to foul out with 2 points, a steal, but she has been all over the place, really helping so many of these key possessions and moments. And you can see the emotion there, Coach, because Haley Womack is one of the two seniors in the starting lineup, Franklin the other, and she has given her heart and soul to her high school career.
Yeah, exactly right. And she's hurting right now.
Never like to see those moments come to an end. But what memories by putting yourself out there. You know, we talk about it so often, Coach, but the only losers that might be there in life and sport are the ones that never put themselves out there. You tip your cap to these kids that go out there and they play hard and they give their best and they leave it all on the floor. And you know, you've either got an East or a West championship to show for it if you get to the state championship.
In life, you have to know how to fail. You have to know how to handle failure.
That's what propels you forward in the areas that matter. That much is for sure. Right. She's anything but that. It's been a key contributor for this team, getting them here, and certainly today. And this is going to be another foul call out top and an inbound coming.
I think they went and played straight up man-to-man. They need to do that, but they don't need a foul right now because you stop the clock. You just play hard, man.
Rest of the way, there will be chances at the charity stripe of the South College free throw variety. South College, where dreams find direction. And the first of the South College free throws work. Averett comes back as a seat is taken by Moser. And the second of the free throws for Caden White. True. Caden White in this one. 7 points to her credit in the contest. Here's another three. It's that type of desperation time in an effort to take a chunk out of the lead.
Oh, she has to take those threes.
Got to do it now.
The two's not going to do anything.
Got to do it now. Desperation time at 66-45.
We're not going to see her shoot a three, even though she could shoot them.
Well, just how well does she shoot them? Well, 4 of 10 today. That's 4 three-pointers, just a portion of 15 points that she's trying to build on here by going to the charity stripe for the South College free throws. First one, good.
It's not her points. You know, the points are points, but she runs the show. She got the ball to her teammates. She does a tremendous job. 5 assists. And
nobody on the floor with more assists. She's been the distributor today.
And she doesn't turn it over. She does not turn it over.
Total team turnovers at 7.
That's what Lenore saw.
With her in control. And here's a nice bucket on the other end. Holland continuing to pad what has been just an amazing stat line. 38 for Holland. Here's how she secured that total, and she's got one more coming. Pretty special player.
She really is.
Number 23.
And I don't think she has a bad shooting percentage. She's taking most of the shots, but I don't think she's doing that bad.
12 of
she got tired. That's it. She got tired.
12 of 22, 39 points. She's pulled down 6 boards and has a couple of assists of her own. In fact, she's got the only 2 assists on the Stuart Cramer side of things to this point. Fouls are going to mean trips to the line, and that's where Allie Sykes is headed with 2:43 to go. 68-48. It's back to the 20-point advantage that existed when the third quarter ended.
Free throw attempt is no good. It was a lane violation.
Lane violation called on the first of the South College free throws. It's called onside.
I haven't seen a lane violation on the shooter in years.
Well, that's what the call was. You said it. Not something you see a lot. She makes the second. Still fighting in there. Still battling. And Holland. Drawing contact, 2:32 to go. It's going to be a third personal on White. And Holland to the line. Holland with 1 South College free throw will have 40 in the contest. There it is.
There it is.
40 points.
Oh, she's played a great game.
As I mentioned, 7 rebounds, 2 assists also on the stat line. She's playing with 4 fouls as well. That kind of hard. 2.5 to play.
She's played hard the whole game.
This was a game that was 19-18 after 1 period of action with Western Alamance leading it. They outscored their opponents 22-13 in the second, 16-6 in the third, and have maintained about that same separation of 20 for the majority of this fourth quarter.
I think the third quarter when they only scored 6, that
solidified it.
Took a lot of energy out of them.
Tina Bowers, a bucket, 24 points for Bowers as she connects on a South College free throw. South College, where dreams find direction, sponsors of our fourth quarter trips to the charity stripe, and it's going to rim off. So she holds steady at 24. 8 boards, though. A couple more of those, you were talking double-double territory. Some basketball remains. Here's another call on the other end. It's going to be, is that White picking up her 4th? It is. And the South College free throw, true. Well, a reminder, 1 more game tonight, 4 more games tomorrow. Ben L. Smith, the Eagles, at 28-2 out of Greensboro, getting ready to perform against a crew out of Durham. Southern, 29-2 out of the Northern Lakes as they collide with the Mid-State Conference here in just a bit. Well, what are you looking forward to in that one, Coach?
Very good game. I really don't know. I'll tell you, it's going to be who's going to live in the moment. The moment of the first of the game, as soon as the game starts, who's going to be nervous longer and try to study what's going on.
So much of what happens in these games, handling the state championship environment.
It's like the first 5-10 minutes are really crucial.
71 on the board for this Western Alamance squad. You think about their journey here. They scored 64 back on the 10th against Terry Sanford. Union Pine, 66-52 was the final. Eclipsed 80 in an 81-49 win, 71st to start the month of March as part of a 26-4 run through the Central Conference. On down the line it goes. So many of these upperclassmen, you know, you never want to see the career come to a close, Coach, but it is a little sweeter when you know it's going to end with a trophy presentation.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. That's what these young ladies are trending toward in those Warriors uniforms. Sykes back to the line. She has 20. She and Bowers with 40 now 5. Give her 21. 45 of the 73 that the Warriors have scored. The job he did with his team getting the Storm here.
They have to be proud, too. They have to be very proud. Get here.
Started with a bang and going to, again, be back for more in the near future, particularly if she continues to improve what has already been a stellar high school career. Inside 2 minutes, and with every whistle, more chances at the line come.
If you're a pro team or a college team, you go out and get a point guard, so you take Holland and put her on the side, put her in the 2-guard position. Now you have something. You know, you can't ask her to bring the ball up the court, score the points. It's a lot of stuff to go on. So you get her a point guard. Woo.
5'8" junior, going to be something when her high school career wraps, but still time before that takes place.
Well, you still, you know, one thing about high school, you can't recruit. So you have to stick with what you have.
You go with what the community provides. Tina Bowers and company seeing their careers come to a close. Bowers a senior, White a senior, Sykes a senior, Johnson a senior out of the starting group. And you also have the seniors, Moser, whose name you've heard. Napier is a senior. And those all going to end their careers, it appears, with a championship. And she's still fighting Holland. She has now reached 43 points. 43. Let's put this in perspective for you. 43 of 54 that have been scored by Cramer.
You know, Holland didn't even come down court and play defense. Listen, that wasn't her fault. She's exhausted. She came down really slow there.
Well, let's underscore it one more time. 54 points on the board. 43 of them are hers.
Yeah, she's exhausted.
Looking for more. And lost the handle.
Nice
actually end up feeding that inside. That was intended, and it worked its way to Humphrey, but the finish Not quite there. 1 and change remaining. Well, the bench is about to be emptied as subs stand by for the Warriors.
You gotta play basketball. They look off the court.
Mitch and Mia Napier, who's one of the seniors. Emery Webster is sophomore. Bailey Burris is sophomore. Sydney Graves is sophomore. Ava Mitchell, who we saw a bit earlier, a freshman. All a junior. All going to see state championship time. And they celebrate these upperclassmen, including Tina Bowers, who we select as our Riddle and Riddle player of the game. She departs to an ovation. She and the senior teammates that surround her with 26 points, a rebound shy of a double-double, and she distributed it well as well. Coach, she was something to watch. The combo of Bowers and Sykes, impressive.
Sykes, I tell you what, Bowers definitely deserved it, and she put up a lot of numbers. She took care of the boards.
9 boards, 26 total points, as you saw.
All-around player, all-around player. That's why she should go into college.
Emery Webster to handle this inbound. In the pier. Sydney Graves and company all there. Trying to disrupt. Holland scores again. Coach Holland, 33.5, and she's still rolling through it to the tune of 47 points. Well, you'll never forget that 4-point play from Allie Sykes. It is our West Shore home play of the game.
Got fouled in a shot. It was a great shot.
Was just as good from the charity stripe. And that 4-point play is our West Shore home play of the game. They are enjoying it now in the final half minute of the 3A Girls Championship game. Out front to Holland. Slows it up. 49 points. She is on the doorstep of 50 with 15 seconds to play. And Webster will have traveled. Yeah, that leaves enough time that if Holland is able to come away with one more bucket, she will eclipse 50.
Well, she's going to shoot it.
No doubt about
She
that.
has to go in. She's definitely going to shoot. A 3.
Would have been 52. Instead, it rims off. Trying to save it, but it is lost out with 3.4. Got to be Western Alamance basketball, and the Warriors are just about ready to celebrate. They are going to take the crown back. Delon, Western Alamance celebrates a North Carolina state championship in dominant and impressive fashion. Coach Loy, we talked about all the experience, all the preparation to this point. A tremendous player, understanding what it means to the alma mater. The college level experience he gathered along the way, the team and staff he put together for the journey, and it is translated into a 3A crown.
When you watch a team play and they don't turn it over a lot, they're well coached. And they didn't turn it over a lot. Very well coached. Both teams did a great job, but they have more of a team. You know what I mean? They passed the ball a little more, but it was a very, very good game.
A lot of first-time moments we have experienced in this championship environment on a memorable Friday in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Latest to etch their names, the Warriors of Western Alamance. They celebrate a championship. Back to Rapid on the other side of the break. Western Alamance claims the crown. 3A, now joined by Coach Lloyd tableside. And Coach, you know what it means to this community. You have a real personal sense of what it means. Walk us through what this championship moment stands for.
Yeah, I grew up in this community. I graduated from Western Alamance, and there's never been a women's basketball champion in all of Alamance County, and Western Alamance never had a basketball state championship. So huge for the community, huge for these kids. That senior class has worked their tails off. They won 8 games their freshman year, and that's where they've come from to now. And can't be happier for them.
Have to love the balance from your team, too. Everybody a contributor today.
Yeah, ball moved, it went inside out. Great team defense. Their best player is unbelievable, but we did wear her out a little bit in our press on trapping her. Held her to 49, so, pretty good.
You said pregame you needed to hold her under 50. You did so by a single point. Coach, anything you have for Coach here?
Yeah, like I say, I've watched so many games, and when the team is not turning over, they're a good coach team. Very fundamental. And your team did not turn it over at all. They hardly turned it over. That just means you're a sound, fundamental team.
Yeah, our last 3 games, we went into a little bit of that stall once we had a lead because I trust those kids so much, they're not going to turn it over. They're so strong with the ball, and if you come out too much, we'll go make layups. So once we got it to 20, even though it was still third quarter, I was like, we got to make sure we win this thing. We don't want to keep putting it in her hands and let her get high.
I totally agree with you. When you held the ball, I said, that good move. You didn't want to give them a shot at it.
Yeah,
good move.
An impressive championship moment. You got one to go celebrate. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
There's the head man, and he told you just how much it means to be bringing a championship back, not just to his school, but to the community at large. We will let you listen in as the presentations are made of the championship medals, and the trophy presentation is right around the corner as the Warriors celebrate the 3A crown.
Number 21, Reagan Everett. Number 22, Ava Mitchell. Number 23, Peyton Nunn. Number 24, Tina Powers. Number 32, Hayden White. Their injured player, Kiana Poteet. Team managers, Bailey Bryant and Diego Vertuspo Tavon. Assistant coaches, Kayla McCauley, Harley Burhands, Emily Eastwood, and head coach of the Western Alamance Warriors, Julie Ward. And at this time, I'd like to ask the captains of Western Alamance to join Coach Lloyd and receive your state championship trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3A Women's State Champion, the Western Alamance Warriors. As there were a number of outstanding individual performances in this state championship game, and there are 3 individual awards given based on votes by the media representatives covering today's game. The most outstanding player, powered by the United States Army for the West, in Stuart Cramer High School, is Oshana Holland. 49 points in today's game. Presenting the award is Army National Guard Representative Sergeant First Class Pendergrass. Oshana Holland, congratulations. And the most outstanding player, powered by the United States Army National Guard for Western Alamance, is Tina Bowers. Again, presenting the award is Army National Guard Rep, Sergeant First Class Pendergrass. Congratulations, Tina, on your performance in today's game. And one player has been selected as the K. Yao Most Valuable Player in memory of the legendary and former NC State basketball coach who was a pioneer of women's sports here in North Carolina. The K. Yao MVP for this girls' championship game is from Western Alamance. It's Allie Sykes! Congratulations, Allie Sykes, and congratulations, Western Alamance Warriors!
This senior-laden and upperclassmen driven Western Alamance Warriors team, nothing like a first, and they bring home a first title, not only for their school, for their region of the state. How tremendous this performance was. The numbers bear that out, Coach, as we give one more glance at the Oxnard-Permar We Make Wrongs Right final statistics. You can see how solid this effort was.
What's amazing is they didn't shoot any threes. That was the same way shooting threes in the fourth quarter. So they stopped shooting them, even though that's what got them the lead. And now they stopped shooting.
Really just salted away the victory down the stretch. Exactly. That's the kind of advantage they built through three periods. Points in the paint ended up even. That's due in large part to the work of Oshana Holland, who you heard had 49 and really led this group on the other side of the charge. What a memory this becomes as they celebrate championship glory for the Warriors of Western Alamance. Well, you know that Stuart Cramer Storm team going to be heard from for a while. They got so many young players that will have their say in years to come. But this, once more, senior-laden and upperclassman-driven group brings a first title back to Western Alamance. One more to come tonight as championship basketball rolls on. Thanks to Riddle and Riddle, Talk It Out NC, Tatum and Atkinson, South College. Air Experts, One Care NC, Original Grills, West Shore Home, Oxnard and Permar, and Ingalls, all sponsors of today's broadcasts, and the reason you get to see these live pictures of championship basketball from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 3A girls, Western Alamance Warriors, etched in there as the 2025 champions. First one brought home to the land of the Warriors. More basketball coming up momentarily from Waco.